Thanks for joining us today, Irene. We are all hoping for a quick end to this conflict. With all 12 Niagara municipalities having now voted on the move to regional transit and the triple majority received, the region can go ahead with making the changes necessary. Chair Jim Bradley joins us. Jim, there's a lot of work to be done on this portfolio in the coming months.
No question about it. There's a transition to a single consolidated public transit system. And the goal, of course, is to have it operational in 2023. So to guide the process, the Niagara region established the Transit Commission Steering Committee, and that leads the transition through a series of working groups that are made up of local municipal representatives and regional staff. And the committee is going to bring a number of updates to regional council in the next period of time. So we have to look at the legal establishment, legally, of the commission as a new agency of the region, formalization of agreements with the key partners, organizations, the local municipalities, the appointment of elected representatives to the commission board, and we conclude then the Linking Niagara Transit Committee. That is concluded at this time because their work is done. And staff-wise, Matt Robinson was leading the charge for the Niagara region, and so it worked out very well. There's some reticence from time to time in some municipalities to go to something new. I think overall they'll be happy with the final product, and we know there's a lot of support from it in the business community and others. I mean, this is one where you had both the business community and social agencies and so on in favor of this. So it's a major step forward for transit in the Niagara region.
In the meantime, 2022, the buses still have to run, so each municipality that is offering service will continue to do so this year?
That's exactly right. And during this year, we'll have to hire a general manager, appointment. We have an advisory committee. We have to appoint members to that. The initial branding strategy has to be developed, and the transfer of the assets, the staff, and infrastructure to the new commission. The three major municipalities, for instance, had a transit system. Some others a lesser system, and that has to be all brought together. But a lot of work to be done in this particular year. The existing systems, as you point out, will continue to be operated by the local municipalities in the region. We expect that when we go into 2023, the same routes will be available there.
The budget process for 2022, how did this all factor into that?
We took that into consideration for when it actually comes into effect in 2023. That is taken into consideration, and it will, of course, alleviate the cost for the local municipalities. When you say, well, what's the cost overall for taxpayers in the Niagara region? You don't see a significant change in that, because what they were paying at the local municipal level, the region will now assume those particular costs. So I think it'll work well. I say there was some initial apprehension, particularly in those municipalities that had their sophisticated service at this time. They thought, well, perhaps we're going to be subsidizing the entire region. But of course, it's important to have that for the entire region. We have to have a system, for instance, to bring people to the GO transit stations. That's going to be important. Employers are saying absolutely a necessity to get people around. Not everybody has a car, for instance, and a lot of people are relying on public transit.
Jim, do you think that some of the members that are sitting on the Linking Niagara Transit Committee will apply to be on the commission?
I would be surprised if they did not, because they have the experience of the establishment of the system in itself. They have a good knowledge of transit. So I anticipate that they will certainly make an advance to try to be part of that committee. And they would certainly be welcome, though I don't make the decision on who's on the committee.